I'm ready to roll!
Then let's get to rescuing Palutena.
Underworld troops on the scene!
I'll send in some backup. If they get in your way, I'll pull them out.
You know, it can be really nice when you try.
The force field around Palutena's temple is incredibly strong. We're going to need to borrow the lightning chariot.
That sounds awesome!
It's a super fast battle carriage that travels the galaxy. It's also pulled by unicorns.
And that's what I'm gonna use to break through the force field?
Exactly.
So basically, you're telling me to slam a horse cart into a brick wall.
Sure, if you want to put it creepy.
Which means I might die.
Well, anything's possible.
Does the lightning chariot at least have airbags?
Last I checked, no.
I'm not a safety nut, but even I draw the line somewhere.
So you don't really care about saving Palutena after all. She could be in agony at this very moment. She could be trapped inside a dungeon of madness. She could be crying out, "Oh, help me, Pit! Oh, please!"
Okay. I guess it is my duty to rescue her.
Yeah, I know. That was my point.
Aren't I a little low to be flagging down a galactic chariot?
It's not like those chicken wings of yours are really helping me.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've got a great plan.
Sorry, Kid.
Have you ever been to the circus? My favorite act is the human cannonball. It's just such a thrill.
Where are you going with this?
We're going to do our own version, but with an angel instead.
No way! Absolutely not!
Ugh, you're so boring. Where's your sense of adventure? Three, two, one, fire!
I could have been blown to smithereens!
But you weren't. Look on the bright side.
So, what's all this?
These are patterns formed by galactic particles. Beautiful, aren't they? The underworld presence is very strong.
Do you think they're after the lightning chariot too?
Huh? Here it comes behind you, Pet!
It is cruising!
The chariot's headed for its home base. Stay on it!
Hello there, friend.
Hades!
Not you again.
Just look at the two of you sneaking around behind Palutena's back. It's classic.
Shut your mouth!
What do you want, Hades?
The lightning chariot? Obviously.
Creep, just go away already.
It's one slick ride. A veritable goddess magnet, if you will.
Please, I'm a goddess. I would never ride in that thing.
But Giddy here sure likes it.
Are you only here to get in our way?
My intentions are always honorable. You know that.
Whatever you're really up to, we're going to find out.
It gives me such pleasure to see you suffer, Giddy Pat.
Just ignore it, Pit. The lightning chariot is up ahead.
We've got to get to it before the underworld does.
Both the lightning chariot and its master are in that tower. I'll drop you off on the ground floor.
Okay, I'll make my way up from there.
Just so you know, the tower's really, really tall. Get ready to feel the burn.
No worries there. These stars.
Ready for land battle, Pit?
Affirmative! So the lightning chariot is in this tower, huh?
Who dares trespass on my domain? Leave before you get hurt.
Who said that?
I've had many names in my life. Now I am called the Chariot Master.
Oh, great! You're the guy I'm looking for. Listen, I have a favor to ask you. Would you mind if I borrow your chariot for just a little while?
Your foolishness is matched only by your rudeness. How dare you charge in here flinging unreasonable requests at me? Half a mind to turn you into galactic roadkill.
You can't really blame him for being upset. That was kind of rude.
Then I guess there's only one thing I can do. I'll go talk to this chariot master guy in person. He's at the top of this tower, right?
That's right. Hey, look at you acting all assertive. You're just grabbing life by the horns and shaking it until it moves.
Is there an elevator in this tower?
Oh, would Prince Kent like you to scatter rose petals in his path too? Listen, this is the only way up, so you'd better get a move on. You'll need to ride that platform to move forward.
You know what's weird, Verity?
What?
There sure are a lot of underworld troops here.
This tower does seem to be lacking copper defenses.
Any riffraff can just waltz on in. After all, it is no problem. But I must admit that I adore running amok another people's home.
Another uninvited guest? Very well. At least show your face, so my lightning chariot can erase you from existence.
Alternate between hurting you and not hurting you. They don't seem to have any effect on those underworld enemies, though. Why?
That's a no issue. It'll be resolved in the next version of the tower.
Someone needs a better QA department. Goes up, must come down.
Jump pads will help you over any gaps in the walkway.
Man, climbing this tower is really a pain.
Aw, someone sounds like he wants a piggyback ride.
Okay, so we've got rolling obstacles.
And don't forget the jump pads.
Something seems familiar about this.
I guess the chariot master has played Donkey Kong.
Whoa, monster have a vehicle of the gods.
Isn't it obvious?
Are you saying you're a god?
I'm not saying anything.
Ugh, then why even bring it up?
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
No, we're not. No, we're not. Be careful you don't step on any landmines.
I'll do my best.
Mines certainly are useless on floating underworld monsters.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that.
Defense really isn't your strong suit, is it? Yeah, whatever. Defenses are the weak and insecure.
Hey there, grind rail. Time to give these barking dogs a rest.
Hey, there's an oversized bowling ball and some ugly bowling pins.
My troops are a worthy sacrifice for the sport of kings.
A severe wind advisory is in effect up ahead.
Thanks for the heads up. Didn't know little breeze is going to slow me down. Woohoo! How convenient.
Oh, I'm so pleased that it meets your improved